A big construction project was going on near Oscawana. This meant Keira and her caboose Sheila were busy on the rock trains. Because Keira also had to switch cars at the quarry, she did not go beyond the junction where her trains. Instead, she would leave the cars, turn on the Y, collect Sheila, and head back up to the quarry. However, when the engine coming to pick up the cars as empties to take back to the quarry, Keira must wait for them to arrive. Normally they arrive just after Keira brings down the loaded cars. This is a good thing because Keira hates waiting. One day, Keira brought down her cars of rock to the junction, but they had to wait on Khadijah and Sarah to bring the empties. Keira had turned on the Y, but they still hadn't showed up. "Where are they?" Keira said to Sheila. "I have no idea," she replied, "but they should have been here by now." Just then Khadijah and Sarah pulled in. "Do you have any idea what time it is?" "Relax," said Sarah with an attitude. "At least we're here." "What was the holdup?" asked Keira. "It's fall," said Khadijah. "We had problems with leaves." They had really been late because they stopped to talk to Jorge, but they weren't going to admit that. Larry was at the station nearby with a passenger train. "Trouble with leaves, pulling empty cars with no hills," Larry laughed. "That doesn't make you two look useful, does it?" Keira and Sheila laughed. "Shut up," snapped Sarah. Soon the girls had exchanged cars. "Make sure you're on time tomorrow," said Keira as she puffed away. This left Khadijah and Sarah in a sour mood for the rest of the day. Later that day, they spoke to Tonya. "The nerve of that Keira, reprimanding us for being late like she's in charge of us," said Sarah indignantly. "And that stupid Larry for teasing us during it," added Khadijah. Tonya sighed. She does have a point. Keira's work at the quarry is important. Being late isn't an option. Although they didn't want to admit it, they knew Tonya was right. Sheila is a great caboose and is a big help to Keira, but sometimes her brakes stick and are hard to release, and this morning was no exception. "I'm so sorry, Keira," said Sheila sadly. "It's all right," replied Keira. "I know it's not your fault." Soon the conductor and brakeman managed to get her brakes off and they were on their way. But now Keira was the one who was late. When Keira arrived at the junction, she found Khadijah and Sarah waiting with smirks on their faces. "Well," said Khadijah, "look who's late." Keira shot them an angry look. "I was late because..." "It doesn't matter," said Sarah, cutting her off. "You get on us for lateness yesterday, only for you to be late today. You should lead by example." "That's enough, you three," said the brakeman. "We have no time to switch cabooses, so you'll have to take Clayton with you back to the quarry while they take Sheila." Keira was reluctant, but knew they couldn't waste more time. Khadijah and Sarah had made their way along the main line, but they had to stop at a signal to let Andrew pass with the passenger train. Once the line was clear, they tried to puff off, but they heard a grinding sound. "What's going on?" called Sarah. "Sorry," replied Sheila. "My brakes are acting up." "She's just trying to make us late," said Khadijah. "Let's just go." The two engines took off down the line, dragging Sheila with her brakes screeching. "Stop! Stop!" she shouted as her conductor tried to release her brakes. Khadijah and Sarah ignored her cries for help, thinking she was trying to slow them down to get back at them for teasing Keira. Ahead on their line, Amber was clearing the tracks of leaves, so they had to be switched onto another line. They and the hoppers made it, but not Sheila. Sheila had developed a wheel flat, which caused a false flange, which got caught in the switch, causing her to derail. Larry arrived to clean up the mess. "Are you alright?" asked Larry. "Yes," replied Sheila. "But this wouldn't have happened if those two would have listened to me." "You two are batting 1,000, Larry said cheekily to Khadijah and Sarah. "First you have trouble with leaves, with empty cars. Now this. Keira won't like what you've done to Sheila." And she didn't. Later that evening, Keira spoke to them, and after that conversation, Khadijah and Sarah were left in no doubt what Keira thought of them. While Sheila was getting new trucks fitted, Ellis worked with Keira on the quarry trains. Sarah and Khadijah were punished by working the maintenance trains, replacing the switch and rails damaged by dragging Sheila. A few days later, Sheila was repaired and was back working with Keira. She had new trucks and her brakes no longer stuck. Since those incidents, they never had any more problems out of the quarry.